Today's the 25th of July 2011, which means that it's my Wicked anniversary. If you don't know what Wicked anniversary is, here's a video from last year where I explained how much Wicked means to me and a little bit about my 3rd year anniversary from last year. But this year, as in today, it's my 4th Wicked anniversary. It basically means that on this day, 4 years ago, I saw Wicked the musical for the very first time. And to this day, I still remember my very first Wicked visit pretty much completely. Over these past 4 years, I've seen Wicked many times, and every single visit has been special in its own way. I've had the opportunity to see many different casts, loads of different performers playing the main lead roles of Elphaba and Glinda, and it's been great seeing what each performer brings to the role and comparing them, I guess, and just because every time I see a new performer, it's like seeing the show for the first time, really. I just love seeing different interpretations of my favourite characters in Wicked. Until a year ago, I was convinced that no Elphaba could ever be as good as Kerry Ellis was. But last year, in June last year, I saw Niki Davis-Jones for the very first time, and now she's my favourite Elphaba. She's currently the standby Elphaba in Wicked, which means that whenever the lead Elphaba, Rachel Tucker's not on, or is on holiday, or just ill, she gets to go on. And I absolutely love her portrayal of Elphie. She is by far my favourite Elphaba. She's also the Elphaba I've seen the most. But anyway, as today is my Wicked anniversary, I thought I'd start a new kind of series on this channel called Wicked Stories. I've had this idea for a while, and I was just kind of waiting for a good time to start this, and I think today is a good day for it to start. Basically, because I've seen Wicked many times, I think I've seen it like about 44 times now, I have loads of different stories from my different visits that I would like to share with you. Some of them are funny, some of them are kind of sad, some of them are a bit emotional. But every story, in my opinion, is quite interesting, and I thought, why not just kind of put them on YouTube. I'm going to start with the first story today, and seeing as I was just talking about Niki Davis-Jones being my favourite Elphaba, this is kind of related to Niki. It's also quite a recent one, and this is from May 2011. I think it was like the 25th or something of May, and Niki was on, and me and a few of my friends were at Wicked watching the show. And there's a bit in Wicked, in the second act, after the song As Long As You're Mine, where Elphaba says, basically Fiyera's like, oh, what's wrong, to Elphaba, and Elphaba replies saying, nothing, it's just for the first time I feel wicked. And that's meant to be quite an important line, I guess, in the whole show, because Elphaba mentions the word wicked, which is the name of the show, and usually it's the response to that line is either a bit of laughter from the audience, or sometimes just people get like emotional and just clap. But that one time when Elphie says that line, some guy in the audience went, yeah! And as a result of that, the whole audience basically laughed because of what that man had just said, instead of because of what Elphaba says, like it usually happens. I find it hilarious. It was so funny because it was completely silent after Elphie said her line, and all of a sudden we hear this random guy saying, yeah! And he was the only person. So it was just really funny. I think even Fiyera and Elphaba, like the performers on stage, even they found it quite funny because they heard it. I'm pretty sure they did. They must have, because it was very loud and very funny. I'd never imagined a response like that to that famous line, so it was just very unexpected and very funny. Me and my friends were literally laughing in the first row when we heard him say that. It was seriously funny. I'm just thinking about it and it still makes me laugh. Because just think about it. For the first time, I feel wicked. Yeah! So funny. I'm sorry if you didn't find it funny, or if you think that I'm just mental for loving this show too much, but Wicked is my favourite show, and so you can't expect me not to talk about it in my videos. And if you don't want to watch the rest of my Wicked Stories series, feel free to not watch them, but I probably will be posting a Wicked Stories video like maybe once every 2 weeks or so. So yeah, that's all. Wicked is amazing, and you should go and see it if you haven't already.